Perfect. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday. It is the Friday of a long weekend here in the US. I'm not sure if it's a long weekend in Canada, but regardless, or wherever you are in the world. But it is Friday, most likely. So I hope you've had a great week. Let's get ready for our Empower class. So it is a new sequence this day. For this class, you might want to have a pillow available. Could kind of look like this or like this. You might want to have your blocks. And really you only need one or the other. So if you only have a pillow, that's totally okay. If you only have blocks, that's perfectly fine too. I have experienced some technical difficulties for the first time since I started doing this week. So that's been really interesting. So thank you everyone for bearing with me. I ended up doing 2 strength classes yesterday just to, re-record because the audio wasn't working. And oh my goodness, I can feel it in my glutes, those squats. So I highly encourage you to try out the strength class this week. It was really good. And if you can't do it this week, then I invite you to join next week. And just for clarity, even though it is a long weekend, I definitely will be here on my mat on Monday regardless. That's kind of part of the whole concept of this Yogi Institute and this morning practice is consistency. Consistency is just so important. And so I am going to be consistent for you and for me. And that's my accountability to you. You are my accountability. So I love that. And I'm loving the community that's growing. I'm so honored to be able to share this practice with others in this way. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I hope that you have, had your family with you during your practice, had your cats and your dogs with you during your practice. And just really, one part I love about an at-home practice is it really does make it yours. So I hope that you've created a space for your practice, physical space, but also a space inside of yourself, a space in your schedule for yourself. This is week 5 since I started this journey, and it has been so wonderful already. So I'm so excited to see how this grows and evolves from this point forward. If you're just getting to your mat, we just have a couple minutes. You might want to grab some blocks or pillows. I like this pillow. I think that'll work really well for what we need it for, but a block will work really great as well if that's what you have, or just a regular, couch cushion, that'll work too. Or if you have nothing, that's okay too. You don't even need the props for today, but it's just an option. Coming to your mat, coming into your easy seat, starting to tap in, ground down, kind of rock back and forward on those glutes, really grounding your sitting bones down into the floor. Then lengthen through your spine, lengthen your crown toward the ceiling, and start to tap in and notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Maybe as we get started, you close down the eyes. Palms can be palm facing down on your knees. Starting to tap into the natural rhythm of the breath. Starting to bring your presence to your mat. Bring your presence to your body. Here we go. If you're just getting started, come into your easy seat. Start to focus on the breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Feeling the belly expand, feeling the lungs expand, full body breaths. And exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. I'm going to teach you a breathing exercise today. And this is the opposite of breath of fire. So it is to release heat from the body. It was over 100 degrees here in Texas yesterday, so it's definitely warm. Inner heat can be built from other things. It can be built from hormones. It can be built from digestion. So this breath will help you in that moment. So if you could make an O with your lips, O with your lips. This is also really great for anyone who experiences hot flashes. Creating an O with your lips.
We want everything but what we've got. I'm going through changes now.
And just breathe in and out of your mouth. Close down the eyes. Bring your gaze to that third eye gaze, the space in between your brows.
I'm going through changes, rattling cages. I'm going through changes now.
Feeling that cool air come in and out of the body. Really wants to practice this morning to keep that breath up. Eyes are closed down. Gaze is at your third eye point. Cooling the body. Using the breath as a tool to cool the body and be present. Feel that cooling energy coming through the body. Deep inhale, fill up, fill, fill, fill. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Inhale, your arms come up overhead. Exhale, your right hand comes to your left knee. Left hand comes behind you for a twist. Gazes out over your left shoulder. Use the breath to deepen your twist. Inhale, your arms come back up overhead. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind you, twisting through your torso, just gently starting to wake up your spine. Gazes out over your right shoulder.
When you call, I come running. I tell you
One more time on each side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Using your exhale to twist deeper. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, down. Coming into our cat-cow. Coming onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your knees under your hips. Broadening through your collarbone. Inhale as you lift your gaze, arching your spine, paralleling your chin to the floor. Exhale as you round your spine, letting your head hang heavy, pressing your palms into the mat, pressing your shoulders toward the ceiling. Inhale, coming into your cow pose. Exhale into cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take 2 more on your own breath, waking up your spine, preparing the body for the day. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to shift into Sphinx pose. You can grab your pillow or not, place it underneath your hips. You're going to press yourself forward, coming down onto your forearms, opening through your chest, sinking your body forward. Chin is parallel to the floor. Spread your fingers out wide. Legs are together. Close down your eyes. Focus on the breath. Inhale, feel the belly expand. Exhale, feel the belly release. Bringing your gaze to that third eye point, the space between your brow, our seed of awareness, our seed of intuition, our seed of foresight. Breathing here.
Problems, no healing. This story's getting old. There's only one thing the world needs. Love is the strongest medicine I know. Love is the strongest medicine you know.
Focusing on your own intuition, your own inner guidance, tapping into that deeper space. Breathing into your chest, breathing into your body, full belly, breathing into your belly, full body breaths. So good. Pressing yourself up, sinking your hips back, coming into a child's pose. Moving that off to the side. Reach your fingertips forward. Let your forehead rest down. Hips sink down towards your heels. Really reaching your hips forward. Maybe open up your hands, widening your hands, really getting into your shoulders. Letting your armpits sink down into the mat. And focusing on the breath. Breathing out any tightness in the body. Really focusing that energy internally. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Feeling the body expand with the breath. The breath is the only movement in the body. Pressing yourself up, moving nice and slow as you release out of the posture. Nice and slow and gentle on the body. Now you're going to either take a pillow or a block. And we're going to come into swan pose. So release your right leg out long. Bring it up in between your hands. Then you can heel toe, so this is either a half pigeon or swan. So heel toeing that right foot to the left-hand side of the mat. Now grab your block and you can place it underneath your right butt, your right glute, or you can use a pillow and place that underneath that right glute. Then we're going to lower down onto our hands again. You can come all the way down if it's in your practice. Using your breath to release little by little, deeper and deeper into the pose, sending the breath to the areas of tension in the body. Focusing on the deep inhale, expand, and exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Feeling the body expand with the breath. Inhale, expand, exhale, release. Really let that breath breathe the body. Let the breath continue to move throughout the body. Embracing stillness, intentional, mindful stillness. And walk your hands back. Release your right leg back, really lift it up. Release that leg. Take a moment to square the hips. Take a moment to drop that right leg to the right and the left, really bringing some mobility into the hip, releasing it. Then release it down. Grab your prop, especially if you only have one. Switch it to the opposite side. Then extend the left leg out long. Bring it through. Sink your hips forward. Heel toe that foot. And you can actually point your leg, point your toes back towards your body. That is swan pose. Then grab your bolster or your pillow, place it underneath that left glute, and lower all the way down or to your forearms. Finding your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Feeling the expansion of the inhale, the release of the exhale, embracing that stillness. If your mind starts to wander and leave you, bring it back to your mat, feeling the body and the breath. Inhale and exhale, turning that attention and awareness internally.
You have arrived. The gates have opened.
letting the body sink more and more over time.
We meet again as the wise ones, winged and walking. We have come
Almost
again.
there.
Time and trial has taken us, yet we do not falter.
Bring your attention and awareness back to your breath, back to your body.
Again and again,
Letting your body sink.
together we rise.
Your soul has spoken. Answer the call. Love has awoken. Take from her soul. Let the light wash over.
Inhales and exhales. And slowly, gently bring your hands back down to the mat. Press back up into that tabletop. Release your left leg out long. Feel that release. Take a moment. You can drop your toes to the right and the left.
Remember the ways,
So good. Come down
celebrate the day.
onto your tabletop again, and then sink your hips back. Walk your hands forward, letting your chest sink. Your hips are lifted. This is called puppy pose. Really reminds me of when my dogs want to play. Sink your chest toward the mat. Feel that opening in the chest and the shoulders. Focus on the breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Let your chest sink toward the mat. Spread your fingers out wide. Press your palms into the mat. Maybe open them up slightly toward the edges of your mat. Sinking your chest down, bringing your awareness back to your body, to your breath. Knowing that we are getting into the connective tissue in this practice, helping to release tension, helping to create space for our muscles. This practice feels so good after the strength classes or after any kind of like intense physical activity. If you have any soreness or anything like that, the YIN practice is just so good to get into the stretch, really deep in the stretch. Gently press yourself up and turn over onto your back. Coming into a supported bridge pose, so you can grab one of your blocks. You can use a pillow, or there's actually a way to use your arms in this too. So come all the way down to your back. You're going to lift your hips, shimmy your shoulder blades right underneath your chest. Now, if you have a block, you can place it at whatever height setting feels good for you. So it could be on the shortest, the tallest, or the medium. Now, another option here, if you don't have a block, is to press your elbows into the mat and use your hands as that support. Tuck your chin, breathe into the front side of the body. Keep your gaze straight up. You can close down your eyes. This is one of my favorite postures. We're reversing gravity here. We're creating space for our internal organs and our digestive system. For our reproductive organs as women, just creating space for healing, creating space for functionality. We're also reversing the blood flow in our body, getting fresh oxygenated blood where it needs to go, where it wants to go. Feel those deep inhales and exhales. So good. Keep breathing, bringing your attention and awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Check on the time. Keep breathing. Release down, nice and slow. Let your back fully connect with the mat beneath you. Close down the eyes. Feel the energy that created in the body. Now we're coming into up the wall, legs up the wall. So you can either go against a wall and put your legs up the wall. You can just lift your legs straight up exactly where you are. You can take a block and place it just underneath your hips and lift your legs straight up, whatever works for you. Legs, if you're actually against a wall, that can be a really nice, relaxing, grounding posture, supported posture. Focusing on the breath, inhales and exhales through the nose.
Saw your reflection, the embers. They drew out a map and they showed you direction. Your sender is far in the east where your
open your heart. Let love into your heart. Finding that center. Letting love fill you and expand within you. Reminding yourself that you originated from pure love.
Well, help me recall that first morning sunlight at dawn and cracks on the floor, well it served as a warning. Everything's changing, I'll rearrange it. So familiar, so amazing. Hopped in the car, drove through the mountains, cows in the street, prayer beads you were counting. There was the river, eternal giver, flowing forever. Remember, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center.
Release your legs down, removing the block from underneath you, releasing your legs out long, letting your body sink into the mat, palms come face up, coming in for our final resting posture, Shavasana, closing down your eyes, focusing on the breath, giving the body the gift of relaxation for the next 4 minutes. I'm going to change the music. Let the body sink, let the body release, let the body relax. We all have a story. We have stories that we have the opportunity to change, to help us create the reality that we truly want.
You could play it out.
These stories affect our reality, the way that we perceive the world.
Holding on with both two hands.
If we perceive the world in a positive way, that will affect our experience. Open your heart. Open your heart to the love that is innately you. Let these words take you away. Let these words sink you into your heart.
Oh no, no, no. You just gotta let that old story go. You just gotta let that good river flow into your heart. It's a start. It's a start.
Opening your heart to the river of love that exists.
Where you're gonna run to if you're gonna run from me.
Choose not to run from love. Stay present. Soak it up.
Your own fear, it'll catch up now. Gotta let it die.
Letting go
Gotta let it
of
so
our previous ideas, of those habits, of those beliefs that don't serve us.
you let it stay.
Who will you be if you let that love in?
I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Oh no, no, no. You just gotta let that old story go. You just gotta let that good river flow into your heart. It's a start.
You can stay where you are, but we are coming to that 7:30 mark. So you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing life and awareness back into your body. Bring yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands through heart center, ground down into your sitting bones. Close down the eyes. Take a moment to set an intention for your weekend, set an intention for your day. Set an intention to open your heart and open your eyes and open your mind. Opening yourself up to the love, to the light, to the miracles, the beauty that are in our everyday life. When we are present in the living moment, opening up ourselves to that moment. Thank you so much for being here, for allowing me to guide you through this practice. It is always my honor and my pleasure. The light in me bows, sees, honors, and reflects the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again on your mat Monday morning. Bye.
How you gonna get free this time?